All right. Hey there, everybody. My name is Peter Duarte, and right next to me, we got Joseph Meeks, a frequent Nav enjoyer. He knows all about Nav. He comes here all the time. I personally come here on the weekends, but we're going to get a taste of what Nav is like during the week from this guy right here. So, do you have anything to share about your experience here so far?
Yeah, so Nav is my favorite. I live all the way on West, but I always make my way over here. It may be a commute, but I think it's worth it. The food here is awesome. They got tons of options, tons of proteins, tons of vegetables. I used to hate, broccoli, green beans, asparagus, all that. I used to hate that stuff. But after eating here at Nav, I eat that stuff all the time. Green beans, man, I made a green beans at this point. It's good. They got tons of like proteins. They got chicken, they got beef, they got pork, fish, all kinds of stuff. And the good news is you can always look online and look at the menus and see what they got ahead of time. It's true. They got plenty of vegan, vegetarian options. I myself am not a vegan, but if I was, I'd be pretty happy for sure.
Yeah.
They're good for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it's always a pleasure to be here.
Great, thank you, Joseph. And one more question for you: how healthy do you think the choices are here? Or out of the green beans, like you mentioned, broccoli and green beans, how you eat those more. Do you think the quality of those vegetables are pretty high, or is it just like you think they came from like more processed areas?
I think, I think they're great actually. I really enjoy them. Back home, I ate food fine. It was good. But here, it's like on a new level. Honestly, this broccoli, I don't know what they put in it, but it's great.
Yeah.
And the meat's always seasoned. Any of the other dining halls, you go to Britain, you go to Willage, it's terrible.
Seasoned. Oh, interesting.
Terrible.
I didn't realize that. I did not realize
Dry.
that.
I'm not necessarily critique, but this stuff is good. It's up to par. It's got good quality. So I think I don't even feel bad about getting a healthy plate because I always enjoy it.
Yep, there you go. And I tend to agree with most of what he's saying. I come here more only on the weekends because Britain is closed. But as you can see here, some pretty cool options. We got eggs, we got some peppers and onions. They have interesting pizza for breakfast, and or breakfast pizzas really. And definitely a lot of vegetables to choose from. They tend to have a lot of the same things, especially on the weekends, which I don't like very much. But overall, I'd say you could eat pretty healthy here, more or less. And you definitely wouldn't die. I don't know if you'd be the most healthy person ever, but you could be pretty healthy here. So I think that's it. Thank you guys. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Beautiful.
All right, what's your name?
I'm Mitchell Conrad.
And what's your name?
Harrison Leary.
All right, we're here today to talk about the quality of food from the different dining options at Georgia Tech. This is a fraternity meal on the Chef's Menu meal plan. So I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions. How do you guys feel about Chef's Menu in general, like the quality of the food? Do you like it? Do you think it usually tastes good?
I think it's a good option, especially an alternative to the dining halls. The dining halls are very inconsistent usually at Tech. Just having Chef's Menu as an option for a relatively cheap meal is always just a good option.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, to add on to that, the consistent availability with Chef's Meal Plan, you can always rely on it. You know when it's coming. But at the dining hall, you could show up and they could just be out of food because they're restocking. So I like the consistency.
Okay. And then, do you guys think that it's usually a healthier menu option than the dining halls, or less healthy, about the same?
I think it could depend on the day. It might be about the same. I think there's more options per se at the dining hall for health-wise, but overall, combination of health and taste, I say Chef's Menu is better.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with that, but I will say with the dining halls, you do have a bigger variety of fruits and vegetables that you can choose from. But with Chef's Menu, you typically have at least one vegetable per meal per day.
Okay. And then last question, in terms of quantity of the food you get, do you feel like you get enough food with Chef's Menu? Do you ever feel like there's a time where you're oh, this is not enough for me to eat, I need more after the meal? Or
there's always enough food, I would say, and if we ever have a problem, our chef will always bring more food for us.
Okay.
But I'd say there's always enough food.
Awesome.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And last question, what are we eating today?
This is Korean beef bulgogi.
Awesome.
It's white rice, ground beef, egg, and I think cabbage in a spring roll.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for your time.
Of course.
Okay, so what are you eating there?
I am eating some pesto pasta. I also had a slice of pizza.
Nice. So This is the Village Dining Hall, and I just have a couple of questions for you, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So, how would you rate the overall atmosphere of this dining hall
Out of what?
out of 10?
Overall atmosphere, like a 7.
Okay. Can you elaborate?
I think it's always nice that people are here, but it's kind of annoying sometimes when the food's not great, so that ruins the atmosphere. And then sometimes there's just not enough space in here.
Okay. How would you rate the overall quality of the food, including its freshness and etc.?
Give it a solid 3. Yeah, I feel like sometimes like the noodles are overcooked or like the pizza is very greasy. And I'm a vegetarian, so there's always not a lot of options for me. So I'll give it a solid 3. Sometimes the food's bland.
Okay. And how would you rate the taste of the food?
Oh, that's also a solid 3. No, I'd say maybe that one can get a 5. It tastes good, it just might not be healthy. So that lowers the quality, but the taste is fine.
And you mentioned health. How would you say does Village do a good job of promoting healthy eating habits in their food?
I feel like they might to people who could get protein otherwise. I kind of can't here because there aren't many options for me. It would be nice if they offered, like even like a veggie pizza would be nice every day, but that's not how it is.
How do you rate the overall atmosphere of the AP?
I say it's a 10 out of 10 because everybody just gets to sit in here and chat and like have a break of the day during lunch, and it's a great atmosphere.
And how do you rate the quality overall?
The quality of the food, I'd say it's 10 out of 10 because like we get like a variety of food, and then it's also like always like really fresh because like companies from like College Fresh like directly send food like the night before, so everything's like great, and we have a salad bar with a lot of options.
And then lastly, how do you rate the tastiness of the food?
Today, I'd say it's a 9 out of 10. Like the corn, some of it's burnt, but overall it's great. I love tacos and I love steak, so it's a great combo.
Yay.